Hello, and welcome to another fascinatingly, surprisingly monumental, bonus episode of the Video Game Town Hall podcast.
It's monumental.
Colossal, yes. I'm the mayor of Video Game Town and your host, Jared Russo, and I'm here with my future wife, Katy Herman.
His future wife, I was about to say the mistress of Video Game Town. That is not what I meant. The first lady. I was thinking mayor, I was thinking M words. No. The first lady of Video Game Town. That's me, Katy Herman. I'm back to talk about the White Lotus, the Oscars, and Pokemon. Wow, that's right. The three things I'm usually brought on to talk about all in one podcast. You heard it here first.
You usually are only talking about those three things. So, first things first, a very long time ago, we did some dream wish list predictions for season 4 of White Lotus. And as you're seeing right now, I think all the big names are announced. All the heavy hitters are here. Schmidt from New Girl, Kumail Nanjiani, these people.
There are some other people who've already been cast as well. I'm really excited about AJ Michalka having already been cast. This is who else we have. Helena Bonham Carter, yeah, that's probably one of the biggest.
Sandra Bernhard, Steve
Coogan, yeah. But
Vincent Cassell.
Okay, but the most exciting thing here is that Max Greenfield was on our list in our previous episode of predicted and wish list cast for the White Lotus, and this is our first victory. I knew we would have one this season. I feel like we talked about just like new girl cast in general. I feel like maybe I led with Lamorne because he was like, a year off an Emmy win. And we talked about Max and Jake Johnson. Max has done miniseries before, like dramatic miniseries. I just feel like he's such like a perfect White Lotus cast member. And actually we should have said Kumail. It's really on us that we didn't.
I feel like one of us must have. Also, shout out to Chris Messina. He shows up in a whole bunch of stuff.
Another person we didn't say that we really should have.
We really should have.
Oh, also Alexander Ludwig from The Hunger Games. Ari Grainer. She's fun. I actually don't know if I had known that knew that had been announced. For a Good Time Call. Really deeply underrated, raunchy rom-com.
Anyway, so this season's in France, and we're looking forward to whatever shenanigans get up to. Do you want to make any predictions on who will die?
I think what we talked about, I feel like there has to be some returning cast that they haven't announced. So, like, Greg is going to be up in there. Greg, what's his name? Steve, whatever name he's going. Greg, Gary, Steve, the recurring villain. Maybe it's finally his time to die, but I feel like there will probably be a supporting cast death as well.
My money is on these people right here. This is prime elder statesman dramatic death Emmy poll.
For the folks who are not watching on YouTube, will you read the names that you've just highlighted?
Yeah, so this is a video edition. This will most likely go up on the podcast feed, but I would highly recommend you go to our website, videogame.town, or our YouTube channel, where there is a video of everything we're doing. So we're going to be showing the Oscar predictions, showing the casting of the White Lotus, showing the Pokemon draft. It looks a lot better visually. Sandra Bernhard, Helena Bonham Carter, Vincent Cassell, and Steve Coogan. I think those are the four most likely death candidates.
I mean, Jared's rule that I guess doesn't really apply. It doesn't apply in the White Lotus, but it has kind of applied for the Knives Out movies, is that the most famous person is the one who dies.
No. It's the most famous person is the one who did it.
In the White Lotus.
No.
No.
In Knives Out, the killer is always the most famous person
Oh,
in the
you're
cast.
right. You're right. It's the killer. It's not the person.
I don't have a theory for the White Lotus.
Yeah, that is not true in the White Lotus, even though the White Lotus is the television version of Knives Out, or vice versa.
All right. Well.
But anyway, that was literally saw that right before we started watching this. Recording this podcast, and I'm really, really excited about this win for Max Greenfield. Hooray! He's gonna. I feel like he will be the annual obnoxious white boy, and I can't wait.
Be perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move over to looking at what happened at the Oscars, talking a little bit about the Oscars. We had a predictions group. I won. And I went 20 for 24, and the only 4 I missed were, honest to God, huge upsets that anyone, if you look, everyone had basically predicted one battle after another Michael Bauman for cinematography because he had won every precursor, and it was a lock, and he lost. Documentary feature was another one that everyone figured would going to be this sort of favorite. It lost to Mr. Nobody Against Putin. I guess people just saw the word Putin and voted for it. Animated short, there were a lot of votes for Butterfly. You did nail it. The Upset, The Girl Who Cried Pearls.
I saw that predicted on some legit website because I did my research.
Good for you.
Even though I lost.
And
I kind of researched some categories.
Casting, everyone thought was going to be Sinners, and it went one battle after another. So cinematography and casting swapped, and then documentary and animated short, the favorites didn't win. So if I had gotten all 4 favorites, if I had gone chalk, I would have went perfect. But of course, it's the Oscars. You're never going to go perfect. What was your general impressions of the awards and the winners?
First of all, just talking about those kind of 2 categories that we were just talking about that went to one battle and Sinners when you expected the reverse. Thinking about it now, like I absolutely should have put Sinners as my prediction for cinematography just because the cinematography is so fucking gorgeous, and I didn't realize that it would have been the first, and that it was the first female winner of that award, is who won, and her speech was amazing. That was one of my favorite moments of the night. If I had known that background information, because clearly I didn't do enough research when I was doing this bracket, I only researched the categories where I hadn't heard of anything. Confession. Then I think I would have put her on there for cinematography to manifest it. And then casting absolutely should have been Sinners. Like, I don't know how it's not.
So here's the issue. Things that are the actual best, if you can even have an objective standard or an objective truth or an objective best when comparing art, which is inherently ridiculous, but I digress. Even if you go by what is the actual best, that does not ever really factor into these things. It is usually campaigning, it is narrative, it is networking, it is greasing the wheels, it's momentum, and it's precursor awards. And the fact that Michael Bauman for cinematography won every single precursor, and the woman who did the Sinners casting, Francine Masselier, every single it was like, I know this is the first casting Oscar, but everyone in every body that voted for months, and then at the very end, those two swapped, which is like, it hurts my brain a little bit. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, I feel like it was just so interesting because I know our podcast of Oscar predictions, we ended up putting up pretty late after we recorded it because of people's vacation schedules. And just like in the time when we recorded it, it was like, this is very chalk. This is very predictable. This is like one of the most predictable, boring Oscars. And then it like got so predictable that it got unpredictable. And this turned into one of the most unpredictable Oscars because then a lot of the other awards, the BAFTAs, the now called actor awards, which I will continue to call the SAGs, like went in different directions than the Globes and what people were predicting for a lot of categories. And it became a much tighter race between one battle after another in Sinners. And I also think that like there was some one battle after another fatigue where everyone was like, wait a second, like we got really excited when that movie came out and it was like this really obvious Best Picture contender. But if we think about it, didn't we all really love Sinners a lot more? I certainly did. And so, you know, but then whether or not that was actually reflected in the voting, as Jared reminded me many times, over the past couple weeks, like the tide turn against Timothée Chalamet, because of his ballet, his very stupid.
He's right.
But you don't say that. Anyway,
I know you don't say it, but he's right.
I also understand that ethically, like, we shouldn't be celebrating the, like, puts a celebrity on a pedestal only to tear them down thing, which is what is happening to him. And like, I hate when it happens to celebrities I like. The thing is, I find Timmy really annoying and he's dating a Kardashian. So like inherently, I just like think he's kind of a twerp and like maybe I was enjoying it too much. But yes, ideologically, like we shouldn't be just like nitpicking everything everyone says only to cancel them. However, all that said, Jared was pointing out to me many, many times over the past week that all of this backlash happened after voting had closed. Something else happened to tank Timmy's campaign.
I'll tell you what happened.
Okay, tell us what happened.
So here's the timeline. We record our Oscar predictions in January when everything is chalk for one battle, Best Picture, PTA director, Jessie Buckley actress, and Timothée Chalamet actor. who, by the way, gave the actual best performance of the year. I'm still blown away by Marty Supreme.
It was an incredible performance. I didn't love that movie like you did. It stressed me out, but I understand that's kind of the point. It was an incredible performance.
Other people can do the other performances in all the other movies. I cannot think of a single person who has the riz and the New York, like, authenticity to pull off Marty Supreme. I just like that. That was like tailor-made for him, and he knocked it out of the ballpark. So, 3 weeks to go, BAFTAs happen. A man with Tourette's basically sinks millions of dollars in Oscar campaigning. And everyone feels so bad for what happened with Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan that the awards didn't explain what happened. They put this guy near a microphone.
They also censored some of the other horrible things he said, but not the racial slur.
Yeah, it was so bananas that the tide really swung in the direction of Sinners for everything. And you could hear it, the crowd, when you're watching, even though that is a fraction of the percentage of the voting body of the Academy. So the energy, the room, the late awards, the surge went for Amy Madigan, Lifetime Achievement Award, Sean Penn, who didn't lift a finger to try to win anything, and he just won it.
What's the swing to Amy Madigan and Sean Penn though? Because I think like that, those are some. I mean, first of all, yeah, the actor. Okay,
yeah.
So that was who got the actors, the actor portion of the Academy.
Which again, like historically, even like recent history, like hasn't been a good predictor.
No. The SAGs usually aren't, and so I think that like that's the thing. It's like I don't think that the BAFTAs is like the only thing that is an explanation for all of this, because it doesn't explain some of the other pivots. And I also pivot. It doesn't explain like how things that were really chalks turned entirely. And I also think that like it doesn't even fully explain the Michael B. Jordan swing, which I was happy about. I think Timmy's performance was stellar, but I also
he'll be back.
Yeah, but he has so many other opportunities to win. I mean, Michael B. Jordan will have other opportunities as well, but I really love him. I'm a big fan of him, and I enjoyed Sinners more than any of the other nominated movies this year. And I thought his performance was exceptional. So really, really happy for him. But I do agree that Timmy was also deserving of it, even though I don't like him.
Timmy is too talented. He picks his projects too well. He works with too good of filmmakers, and he's young enough, and he's sort of like he's now in the Leo camp of like, when will it be his time? Like he'll
that's the thing. It's like I'm not sad for Timmy. I mean, he actually.
I am.
I'm always a little bit sad for people who like maybe thought they had it. But I think by last night Timmy knew he didn't have it because he was getting a lot of hate, and I think he was actually a very good sport about the jokes on him.
Yeah.
He's going home with Kylie Jenner. He is a privileged Manhattan baby.
He is
we don't need to feel sorry for him.
He's the Lisan Al Gaib.
What?
Lisan Al Gaib. Dune. He's the Messiah.
Okay, cool.
He's
Great.
the Mahajib.
All right.
Come on.
Good for him.
So, because the Golden Globes happened so early, all the winners there,
that's the other thing.
Rose Byrne, Tiana Taylor, Stellan Skarsgård, Timmy, it was just too early.
Well, Rose Byrne, I mean,
they peaked too early. I know there was
Rose
split
Byrne
categories
wasn't going to
for
win
comedy
because it was a
versus
split
drama.
category.
No, I know.
Like she would have been, as we talked about, she would have been the upset. Jessie Buckley was like the rock solid. I think, like again, I'm really bummed. I am sad for Tiana Taylor because she doesn't. I mean, I think she will start doing more dramatic movies after this. But like she's also a musician. She's also in culinary school. She's a mom. She does a million things. She's so cool. I am a bit bummed for her, but she was cheering for Amy Madigan so loud, and I was also really happy for Amy Madigan. Like, they both really deserved it. And
Gladys.
Yeah, they were both fantastic. But yeah, I don't necessarily have an explanation for, like, why the tides swung one way or the other.
That's just the nature of the beast. Like,
yeah.
it is the classic Michael Keaton, and there was just, like, a late surge.
We don't talk, that's too depressing. We can't talk about that.
To Eddie Redmayne. Like, this happens every year. Now, I will say, it is funny how, like, we roundabouted all the way around from One Battle's a Lock to Sinners. Sinners is definitely going to win back to One Battle. A, because of ranked choice voting. B, had the Producers and the Directors Guild wins. And C, the last few years, it has been a juggernaut early, steamrolling, and it makes it through the finish line. And I say that with Oppenheimer. I say that with Everything Everywhere All at Once, Anora, and I'm forgetting something else. But like these last few years, it's certainly been cemented that it's like, this is it, game over. They're sweeping, shut up, and then like there's a lot of agita. There's a lot of like, oh boy, friction, and then when push comes to shove, the large old white voting bloc that does not attend the ceremony, they will come through for, I'm horny for Mikey Madison. I love World War II.
Let the audience, let it be known to the audience that Jared is also horny for Mikey Madison.
Everyone is.
Not me. When she came on stage, he's like, wow, she's really moving up there in the ranks of the throw my life away category.
She's an all-time throw my life away kind of
so
person.
yeah, she was moving up the ranks 2 days ago, and now she's all-time. All right. And the life, just let it be known again, the life he's throwing away is a life with me. So just
what if I threw my life away for Timmy? Fellow Knicks fan.
That would actually be worse than any of those others somehow.
We just hang out.
Him and Kylie.
We're best friends. Anyways.
I think I would have to dump you if you became best friends with Timmy.
So, Marty Supreme won nothing. K-pop Demon Hunters won everything. I would say it's for the most part super chalky if you had been looking at the betting favorites with like a week to go before the ceremony. Like ignoring everything beforehand. So like F1 for sound, Frankenstein for all the below the line stuff. Did you like the ceremony? I love Conan. There were lots of funny things. I think last year's was overall better, but this year's was just like they cut down on the crap. They showed us clips.
Yeah, it moved along. I didn't get
They started
bored.
earlier.
In beautiful in memoriam sections.
But they mostly started at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, they started at 7 p.m. I mean, guys, we're starting our wedding early. Our wedding is going to be over at 11:30. Our wedding is not going till midnight.
Get out.
We are like these Oscars were in that same mentality. Also, just back to for a second what you said on Best Picture. I just wanted to say that I do think you're right that Best Picture is like a less fluid and category that stays more static and predictable, with the gross exception, of course, of the Moonlight La La Land thing. La La Land is sweeping. I remember I'm sitting in my dorm bed in college. It's like whatever year it was. I was like my sophomore or junior year of college. And I literally am so tired. It didn't start at 7 p.m. It started late.
Coda. I forgot these.
Okay, so there are some exceptions here. We got Coda. Yeah, he's looking this up. Paris. Oh, the Green Book upset. Right. Okay, so there's more upsets that we're talking about.
Shape of Water was a lock for a while.
Yeah. Okay, but back to my Moonlight story. 2015.
These two served Michael Keaton.
Yes, they did.
Back-to-back.
Yes, they did. Back-to-back Best Pictures. Anyway, so 2015, I would have been sitting in my dorm bed, junior year of college. And, yeah, I was so tired. It had started late. It had dragged. It was not the efficient 7 p.m. start of this year's Oscars. And I was like, all right, La La Land's been sweeping. They're about to do Best Picture. I'm going to turn off my computer. I'm going to bed, and then I get a text, turn it back on from my friend. And it was the Moonlight mix-up. That not similarly.
Yeah.
The just train wreck of like the Amy Schumer, Wanda Sykes, Regina Hall hosting year. It was so cringy to watch that my family and I turned off the Oscars about halfway that year. Literally the commercial break before the slap, and then I just start seeing it on Instagram, and I'm like, oh my god, what another stupid bit in this really like poorly written, not funny Oscars. And then it's like, wait a second, I think we have to turn the TV back on.
Yeah, I was at my dad's house, and everyone had gone to bed, and so I was watching the La La Land one, and it was a surreal moment. Like I could not believe what was happening. It was like I was looking around trying to like explain. I'm like, oh, it's like midnight. There's like no one awake. And it was like I had walked into like a sitcom or something. It was just like, this is not real life. Like
Ryan Gosling's face.
There's no way.
Yeah.
And then for the Oscar slap, I was at my old apartment with my roommates, and we were watching it together, and people would sort of like walk in and walk out, and they were like, wait, that was fake though, right? Like that was like a very poorly timed comedic thing, and I'm sitting there going, I think that's real.
There was 30 minutes. I have a cousin who
we were just arguing whether it was real or not.
Yeah, I one of my cousins who like, he's like not a super pop culture guy, but he gets like very selectively into certain things on the internet. He's like, wow, that was a really good 30 minutes of internet. And he's so right. Like no one knew what was going on. It was just like a bonding moment. Can we talk about Sean Penn? Like what the can we
do
just
we have to?
But I'm just confused. That's like, I don't have closure on that. Like when did he become a contender? He didn't even show up. He's a known asshole. Kieran Culkin isn't getting any flack for dissing him on stage because everyone knows.
No, that was brilliant. That was very fun.
Yeah, because also, while we're just like, while I'm throwing Jared under the bus here, for almost our entire relationship, anytime Sean Penn has come up, I've said, hey, remember how he tied Madonna to a chair? And on Oscar night, he's like texting with his movie bros in their group chat, their Discord, whatever. And he goes, Sean Penn beat up Madonna with a baseball bat? I'm like, oh, so now you listen, but when a woman tells you about it.
I think it was the baseball bat fact that I didn't know. Anyways.
Well, he is, yeah.
Here's what I'll say. I think his best
Not funny.
I think his best performance is Sweet and Lowdown, which is a Woody Allen movie.
Milk, but not Milk. Mystic River. Where he won.
This should have been Bill Murray in Lost in Translation.
Okay, fair.
And this, I don't know who he was up against, but it should have been someone else. So let's go find out.
Oh, to go to the Best Actor Wikipedia page, you got the reigning champ, Michael B. Jordan, who has also already won Sexiest Man Alive at his young age.
Oh, Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke was supposed to win this one. There's a lot of people who were supposed to win and then at the last second didn't. Like Sylvester Stallone, he was supposed to win and then at the last second he lost. Mark Rylance beat him. Like this happens over and over again. Here's another one. This fucking guy from Woodhaven, Queens, where I used to live.
Yeah.
As much as I enjoy his movies and his performances, I was like, oh, they got to give it to Timmy. Nope.
That was last year. You said you wanted them to give it to Timmy.
And then he already got one.
Yeah, we're still mad about that one.
Unbelievable. Academy Awards, you're stupid.
Also, like, Adrian Brody trying to, like, self-roast was so cringy this year. Like, trying to do the gum thing again. All right, we don't even talk about, we can't talk about Eddie Redmayne versus Michael Keaton here. We're going to get too upset. George is getting upset. He's got fucking 3 of these things. All right, we're moving on. This is getting a little too unhinged.
We're moving on. We're
passionate.
We're going to draft starters. What we have up here.
Calm down with cute little Pokemon.
Yes, so the Gen 10 starters for Wind and Waves are out. And we're going to draft the starters from all the generations. Our team captains are Pikachu and Eevee for the Let's Go games. They're already on our teams.
I got Eevee.
Yes, that's right. Katie's going to go first. We're going to snake draft. And then eventually we'll have people tell us whether we have the best team or not. So I'll go her, then me for 2, and then her for 2, and then all the way down. It's an even number, so we're not going to have any left over. I don't know why these schmucks are all down here. I know these are the evolutions and I think some spin-offs or whatever, like Gale of Darkness XD. But we're going to do the actual starters. And I will give you the first pick.
I'm going to start the same way I started our Gen 1 draft, baby. Bulby. The best ever. The best to ever do it. I guess we'll just start off right now. I'm going to get into it. Kotaku recently did a list of the best starters. It was really bad. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know who they had as number 1? Turtwig. This turtle motherfucker. Over Bulbasaur. Over all of these other cutie patooties that we were about to draft. That was just the most random number 1. But, you know, good for whoever that person is who got to get their hot take out on the internet.
Kotaku. Do better. I think with the recent release of Pokopia, everyone loves how he wants things to get humid.
That's true.
Bulbasaur. A very good pick. However, I'm going with I'm just going to take these 2 off the board because
that's fine.
This is where like the draft really starts. Is like, all right, Gen 1's taken. Who now? Obviously, Charmander and Squirtle, all-time greats. Squirtle.
I really should have thought of who I was going to take second because there's so many
put some
cutie
sunglasses
pies.
on this motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he has to have sunglasses. If you drafted Sunglasses Squirtle, that honestly would have been a better pick. Like that should have been an option here. Largely because I feel like she needs justice after how low she was put in that aforementioned Kotaku ranking. Mudkip, baby.
Mudkip is a really good pick because people on the internet fucking love Mudkip.
Mudkip is so cute and like, I mean that we haven't done our Gen 3 draft yet, and like one of the reasons I want to is just talk more about Mudkip and Torchic. But let me just take Torchic now. Let me just do it. And you know who's the worst of those 3? Fucking Turtwig.
Wasn't Torchic pretty high up on that Kotaku list? We don't want to talk about the Kotaku list.
Yeah, but not as high as
we're talking about
Turtwig.
our list. Our list is better.
Okay.
So here's my bias, is I'm always a fire starter until the day I die. Man. You know what? I'm taking Pombon.
I'm going to let you do it. I was thinking about it just now. I've made my peace with that.
And you know what? Give me Rowlet. I like his
really
little
cute.
bow tie. He's a little owl. I like him.
You like him?
He's cool.
I'm gonna do Tepig before you can take that. My next favorite fire starter.
Damn it!
Tepig is so
God
cute.
damn you.
And one of the best puns in this whole group is.
It was between these two. God damn it.
I'm so glad. Oh, I wanted Tepig
God
so
damn it.
bad. And now I'm like, do I take who I was gonna take next, or I just like take someone else who's gonna piss you off? And I think the answer is I'm gonna take someone else who's gonna piss you
No.
off. Give me Cyndaquil.
All right, that one hurts less.
Okay,
one
that's
hurts
interesting. I
less.
thought it would have hurt more.
No, because I think I took Cyndaquil in our Gen 2 draft.
Okay.
And in fact, I think there are superior fire starters. Scorbunny and Fuecoco.
Okay, I'm sad about those. I am sad. about those.
Fuecoco's an apple.
He's an apple?
Yeah, his design. He like looks like an apple.
I thought he was just like an alligator.
No, he is. He's like an apple alligator.
Okay.
Like if you like look at him in 3D, he like reminds people of an apple.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm right about this.
In general, I feel like even though Bulbasaur is my favorite, for like the rest of the gens, I feel like the earth starters, the grass starters are the worst. So wait, why are you Jared's not helping.
I'm just trying to mess you up.
Jared's trying to mess me up by scrolling around on my computer where I have the cheat sheet of the names of the later gens that I don't know. I'm going to take the Cutie Patootie Otter and the Cutie Patootie Seal. Oshawott and Piplio.
Those are good choices. I'm gonna take Chikorita and Totodile.
Yeah, I'll miss those guys.
I'm crushing this.
You are honestly, you are, and I feel like I'm gonna lose.
I'm winning.
Give me Piplup.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good one.
I'm aware. Part of me wants to take Turtwig, but I don't want to because I want to be. I would take Sprigatito instead.
Ah! Damn it!
I was gonna be my next pick. Son of a bitch.
Okay, now I actually think we are more evenly matched, guys. I'm excited to see people's votes.
Trico?
Okay.
Oh man.
We're getting into the bad
Turtwig. Taking Turtwig.
All right. Give me Fruki or Grookey. What's he called?
Grookey.
Grookey,
Yeah, that's
the
good.
late leaf monkey. Even though I just said
He's got a little
that the grass is bad.
in the hair. A little scrunchy.
I know he is cute. Maybe okay. Like now, I don't want to be left with something. I think we're like getting to the bottom of the barrel here, y'all.
I think there are two that I can identify.
Fennekin. Give me Fennekin.
Okay.
I like Fennekin. She's cute.
I'm gonna go with Quaxley and Litten. That's a fire cat who turns into
Yeah.
Incineroar, who's in Smash Brothers.
Why? I don't know. Maybe because I feel bad for him, I'm gonna take Brout. Maybe because, and I also think that talk about the tides of opinion turning. I think people are now like, wait, I love him.
No, he sucks.
And then what's the guy with a little hat? Chespin. He's super weird. I don't know why. I'm taking him.
I'm gonna take who's this frog dude?
I just had him up at my screen, and I actually was gonna take him
No, up. It's up. We have a side list of all the names.
because we do need to cheat on the later ones.
Who's that? Froakie?
Froakie.
I was about to say Froakie.
That's why I said Fruki for the other one.
And Chimchar.
Chimchar is my absolute least favorite.
Panseer, whatever his fucking name is.
Seared.
No, there's another fire monkey named here, I'll show you.
All right.
Panseer. See, there's a fire monkey. It's like Panseer, Panpour, and Pansage.
If your monkey's on fire, you should go see a doctor.
Wow.
All
right. Take Sobble.
I'm gonna take Sobble because he has like a cult following, even though I think he's just a Gen Z mudkip, and I said what I said.
And you're taking Snivy?
No, I'm not taking Snivy. I'm taking Gekwa because don't put him in your house.
Sorry.
You're taking Snivy. Gekwa because I will just forever think of the meme that I sent you and some of our friends on day one that was like a picture of Sobble and it said girls that poop and then a picture of Gekwa and it said bitches who shit. I don't know why that makes sense, but it just does. Because Gekwa like hasn't even evolved and she's already cunty. And usually you have to evolve to get cunty. And I really didn't like the over-cuntification of some of those evolutions. Like Sprigatito's evolution, Quaxly's evolution that are like too much. Was also why there were a bunch of memes about Pombon of like taping its feet to the floor, like, stay. Keep your cute feet on the floor.
So, my team crushed it. I don't know where you can vote, but my team's the best. And,
I feel that, like, other times I felt like we were more evenly matched. As much as I love my team, I feel like in the court of public opinion, you are going to win. Do we have any votes on our previous ones yet? Not yet?
Not yet. I won everything. What are your thoughts on Pokopia?
Me?
Yeah.
You've been playing more than me. To me, it does seem a little tedious. Like, it's not the style of game that you usually play, and, like, I absolutely, like, love, radical domesticity, or, like, romanticized domesticity, which is very much, like, the vibe of, like, Miyazaki movies, and some Pokemon games, where it's, like, just and Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, like, just relaxing with, like, the beauty of everyday tasks, farming, cooking. Like, I get that, but I think this would just be boring for me to, like, play for hours.
The more I play this game, the more I like it. But I am rubbing up against some of the limitations of the genre. And I say that I've never played Minecraft or any other tree punchers. So no Rust, no Roblox, like anything even tangential to like a Stardew Valley or any sort of farming sim or anything like that. I played Animal Crossing. This has the sort of like daily limits of like, okay, you've kind of done your thing for the day. Like, piss off. And I kind of just like, it's hard to get momentum going, but like the little drips of dopamine of like finding a new Pokemon or like, oh, I remember I had that thing and I can put that thing on top of that thing and that'll make a habitat. Where did I put that? In a box? Did I leave it around the ground? The sort of casual nature of it, I'm still sort of acclimating to. I like that it's objective based. I like how many like small objectives there are and like leveling up and buying blueprints and like, here's your Pokedex. Here's what you need to get this Pokemon instead of having to catch it. It's growing on me. The music and the art style, I like a lot. Sometimes I rub up against having to like literally grind out for like getting lumber to like build a thing to like plant and then wait. Like, I still think that ultimately, like when Pokemon is an open world turn-based RPG, like Scarlet Violet, like that's the template. That it's like no random battles. I can see my Pokemon. The sense of scale is there. Wide open world. Hopefully everything is running perfectly. But this is like a really good... Ooh, Blastoise. This is a really good alternative. And I think this is probably like the first stepping stone into me getting into these types of games. I still doubt I will. But the more I play this, the more I like it. I would have like tweaked it if I were a game designer in my head, which I used to be. So I can never sort of like get past that mental block of like, but what if they had like done this? Or like, what if they fixed that? Because it's a lot of like minor complaints and quibbles and like just kind of like dumb, stupid, slow things. Or it's like, I know this game is for babies, but like, can we like gonna speed this up? Or can I like, like, come on, like stop treating me like an idiot. So,
but I like the Pokemon dialogue. Is really cute.
That's very fun.
It seems like you should be able to do more. Like, I don't know. Like islands.
There's ultimately a massive fuck ton of things to do. Like,
okay.
This is like one of like 5 major areas.
Okay.
And there's like way more shit to be doing, but it's not like it's anything other than just like crafting and like acquiring, like breaking down things into basic component building blocks of like wood and stone and whatever. And using your abilities to water or cut or burn or whatever. But I'm sort of it's like on one hand I get it, but on the other hand I don't. The glowing praise for this game.
I think that works against it. I was like, this is the highest rated Pokemon game ever. I just want to go catch some Pokemon.
The things I've seen from the mid game and late game makes me like, it's like, oh, maybe it clicks. I do also enjoy the act of catching them all, which is very addicting and appealing.
But, in this sense, it's like making friends with all of them. Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I've captured you. Like, having them all, but just like collecting them is great. So, like, that is still here, but it seems like it just happens really, like, slowly. And there were so many.
Yeah.
There's 150 or more to see, and now there's, how many? 1,000?
Over 1,000.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times where I'll build the habitat, and I'll like, okay, where is he? And it's like days will go by, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I want the fucking thing to show up. Because, like, once you get the one, that's it. Like, your Charmander's your Charmander. He's not evolving. A Charmeleon will show up if you build a different habitat. And there's a lot of times where I'm like building things like all across this like first major area, and it's like you just forget. You're like, oh, that's right. I put a bench with like 2 bushes nearby, like on the other side. I gotta like run over there and like find out. So there's a lot of like running around and backtracking and having to remember where like you put things, which is like I guess part of the experience, but like that's also kind of like a test of like my memory. Which so far has not failed me, but I know for a fact I put like a gravestone to get a Cubone up in a mountain, and I haven't checked it, and every time I do, it's like nothing's there. So like that isn't satisfying. But
and I have a terrible sense of direction in Pokemon games, so I would be fucked.
But like picking things up, it's tedious, but like it's like okay, only 2 more twigs, and then I get to like complete the challenge. 2 more branches, and I get to complete the challenge, and I get money, and I can spend the money. Like, right now, I bought everything in the store, and I'm, like, waiting to, like, level up to, like, get more items in the store. So it's, like, artificial roadblocks to halt my progress. Like, sometimes it's, like, there are no Pokemon in my Pokedex to catch, or now there's, like, too many. Or, like, it's just, like, weird flows, where it's, like, I just want to, like, get into a groove of just, like, doing a thing. You give me the objectives, you give me the side quests. I want to be rolling like I was in those first few hours, because right now it's like a bit of a hill to climb. So I'm vibing with it. I'm gonna keep playing it more as we go on some travel. Any Pokemon you would like to see
in this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, evolutions. Yeah, evolutions. I mean, I was like, I couldn't even keep track of who you had. And Gengar.
There's like a fake Eevee doll, and you were like,
yeah.
But yeah, see, look at these fuckers.
Yeah, there's all the dolls.
Yeah, when's the Pikachu showing up? When's the Clefairy showing up? I don't know.
But are those dolls specifically to attract those things?
No.
You give them to the Drifloon, and Drifloon takes you places.
To the Dream Island, which is like your Minecraft server where you just like build shit and get like new ingredients. I don't know what the Stardust does yet. Anyways, so that's our check-in, not really a review of Pokopia. Thank you to Nintendo Life for this footage. That I stole, and vote on our starter draft, and thank you for watching and listening. Katie, do you have anything to say to the folks at home?
You have to vote for the team that has Bulbasaur. Don't look at all the other fancy stuff. Forget about Pombon, Bulbasaur, Mudkip, Torchic. That's all I have to say to you. Cyndaquil, Tepig. Gold team rules.
The pig, Tepig. Videogame.town. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Blue Sky. We're on Twitch. We're on Patreon. And you can go to videogame.town. And if you click on Support Us, you can see all the ways you can support us. That would be greatly appreciated. Because we get a lot of clicks and we get a lot of listens and we get a lot of views on our social media, but hasn't quite necessarily funneled down to where we want people to go. I reviewed the Tennessee Titans uniforms and logo. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. It was in my inbox this morning.
Did you read it?
I skimmed it, considering I didn't really know about anything about the Tennessee Titans. I like that uniform. I do know about fashion and aesthetics. That is a good uniform. Me gusta.
I agree. Much better than this one.
Me too. I agree.
Too many colors.
Yeah.
All
many colors.
No.
Too many.
We're not doing that. We're not doing too many cooks. Thank you for watching and or listening. And we will see you eventually in the future to do a Gen 3 draft, so be on the lookout for that.
In which I will talk about Mudkip more.
Are you aware of the Mudkip memes?
I think you need to make me aware of them.
I'm going to go show Katie some of the Mudkip memes, and I'll see you guys eventually on the internet. Check out videogame.town for content every single day. Bye-bye.
Bye.